It's estimated that $84 trillion will be transferred between generations over the next 20 years. A lot of this will end up on a blockchain. We need to talk about this. Also, a new clip for $3,000 XRP. I'll watch or listen to it with you and explain what it's about. A new report on Paul Atkins, the Ripple case, investments in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and public funds. This is a bill that is being looked at by the Banking House Committee in Florida. Of course, we'll talk about that along with facts and new information near the end. Let's start with this biggest move of wealth. This is from Chainlink Labs. There will be an $84 trillion transfer of wealth between generations, and the value is moving on-chain. Trillions of dollars worth of assets will flow into the wallets of Gen X, Y, and Z investors, and a lot of them will accumulate on-chain. Asset managers who are the first to serve this new market will have a leg up on the competition. It shows us the first ETF and how popular it has been over the past few years. When my dad's group retires, money will be given to my kids who are now between the ages of 40 and 25 or 18. These kids are more interested in the cryptocurrency market than the stock market. That may seem backwards to some of you, but I've never really been interested in the stock market. On the other hand, I love technology, and making money with it is even better. This really does fit me better. I'm sure you know kids like that too. In addition, we will likely put this money into the cryptocurrency market once it is given to the kids, even though some people will do other things like buy gold, silver, and stocks. You get the idea. A lot of money is coming this way. And if, say, Chainlink, XRP, AVX, or something else takes a 10th or 15th of that value, that's trillions of dollars coming in. When you talk about the multiplier effect, I mean that $2 trillion can change the price of something by a huge amount. A lot of people don't seem to understand how important it is. Let me play this. XRP is going to 3,000. I haven't seen this yet. Some of these things are fun for me to watch with you so I can tell you if they're good or wrong. Okay, please let me know if you like it when I do this, because I have no idea. I think you guys will like this. Let me play. Will XRP reach $3,000? That's not the question. Suppose 300,000 people all place a market order for XRP at the same time. What will happen? What would happen if, say, 3 billion Chinese people got access to XRP at $3.00? What would happen if they put in a market order? XRP is like cash. In that case, it's a good like gold, silver, or wheat. There is demand and availability. Everyone always says, wow, the XRP math says no. Let's just say it's a useful form of money and that the price will stop going up when everyone is out. I think that's a long way off since it's only been going up for a week. Oh, I see. That does have some useful information on it. I'm not really excited about all the what ifs that come up. Like, what if we never switched to this new payment system and stayed with the old SWIFT system? Then it would be 2100 and we'd still be living in the 1900s. I'm not sure. What if the world ended tomorrow? We can't live in a world where everything could go wrong. All we can do here is use knowledge based on facts and logic to try to make the best choices we can. This is Paul Atkins making a speech. He is going to work towards a strong set of rules for digital goods. This person is now in charge of our business. People, businesses, and entrepreneurs from all over the world are eager to spend in the United States now that President Trump is in charge, but the way our financial system is regulated now makes investments less likely and often punishes success. Regulations that aren't clear, are too political, are hard to understand, and are too complicated are stifling capital formation. At the same time, American investors are being flooded with information that doesn't help them understand the real risks of an investment. Now is the time to change the SEC's goals and bring back common sense. I can't wait to start working for American buyers and markets. That's great. Wonderful. Simple as that. It doesn't work right. I'm likely to fix it. Okay. We're going to pay attention to. We will make Paul Atkins and this SEC answer for their actions. Okay. We will have to stand up if things start to look wrong and ask for things to change, right? You wanted things to be different in the 2024 election. You changed. Let's look at that change in 4 years. Some of the things he says about investing in the US, I don't think are helping the markets, like the tax stuff. No one really knows because there are so many questions and different people in the White House are saying different things. I'm glad we put the tariffs on hold for 90 days, what's going to happen every day. And right now, that volatility doesn't mean that people should invest in the United States. It's the same as people asking what will change every day. Along with the stock market, the cryptocurrency market, and the bond market, I believe that this could pose a threat to the safety of the whole country. When those things start to fall, people lose the retirement savings they've worked hard to build up their whole lives. There will be riots and other problems. It won't be easy. That's what I want to say. All right, let's go ahead. Look at this. Locked Barbie says that there is breaking news about Ripple and the SEC. Both sides have put in a move to keep the appeal going. Oh, I don't know that word, it's a lawyer word, abeyance or something. Due to the parties' decision to settle, this settlement is currently waiting for approval from the commission. There will be no report. In other words, if you want to read all the language, please do. I also know some other things about this. It was said by James K. Fillon, a motion to hold an appeal has been made by both sides. If you say this word out loud, I'll remember how to say it next time, okay? The sides agreed to settle, so the settlement is now waiting for approval from the commission. Then, this is a more detailed picture of the paper. I believe it's always interesting to show you what these things look like. You're not like, thinking about this on the way to work or something. But this is the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit, UBIs. Okay, then this is more of the same. Talked about that. This really did seem pretty good to me. This is how XRP makes global payments almost instantaneous. There's always something good here for people who are learning or who want to brush up on their skills. Always learn new things because you're only as good as what you learned yesterday. The issue with sending money across borders, traditional ways of sending money between countries are slow, expensive, and full of middlemen. SWIFT takes days, charges fees, and takes up to 20% of your cash. Oh my God, could you picture? Most of this stuff isn't 20%, right? 20% is like going through some really cool hallways when you send money from, say, the US to the Philippines. They may charge you more because there aren't many trains going into the Philippines. Of course, you can change that value right away in 3 seconds if you're using XRP or Ripple, which uses XRP. XRP is the same as Scale. XRP is speed, economy, and easy access to money. Ripple made XRP as a bridge currency to cut down on wait times and improve efficiency. There's no need for multiple correspondent banks or foreign accounts that are already loaded, just real-time conversion. This is the reason Ripple was sued. Let's get on the same page if we're not already, okay? The blockchain company that stands out the most, right? It doesn't make sense that you went after the company that puts compliance above all else. Even in the top 10, there are people who have been to jail before, or people who have thought about going to jail for some of the scams they have done in the crypto market. The problem is that these people are still able to do what they're doing, whether it was Ethereum or the big banks that were already in place or a mix of the two. I really want to know who is finally to blame for that. Okay, who can I blame for the SEC case until the day I die? Was it Ethereum, Chase, or someone else like that? I need to know. Chase, please do not debank me. Do not take my money out. Okay. The main idea behind this is how an XRP payment network that works across borders works. All over the XRP database and RippleNet, you can use USD, EAR, and XRP. The sender's money is quickly changed and sent all over the world. I want to say quickly that I love Chase. Please don't shoot me. When I wake up tomorrow, I don't want to hear that my money needs to be sent out. That sounds awful, doesn't it? First step, start the payment. RippleNet is used to send a US dollar by a business or bank. RippleNet links to companies around the world and local markets for payouts. It's kind of like SWIFT too, but it's built